Hey, YouTube. Scissors snip and the treasures grow. With bits of paper from long ago. We're building dreams from every part. At Candy's crafty creation. Straight from the heart.
Hey YouTube. Alrighty, so I'm going to work on my Flippy Floppy journal. I want to work on the cover today. I'm mostly done with the Flippy Floppy. I'm sure there's lots of things that I can add in there, like little pockets and whatever. I'll do a flip through of that part just now. But first let's go on to shout outs and hellos. So hello everybody. So nice to have you here. 2 new subscribers that I could see is Jocelyn Gibson and Jolo Molson. So welcome ladies. I hope that you will come back and enjoy and leave me a comment and let me know how you found me and where you're from. I'd love to get to know you better. I'd also like to say thank you to Nancy Piter and Susan Gazaway for the inspiration of this Flippy Floppy book. So thank you ladies and thank you for your comments. Other hellos to Deb Do Studio, Jim's Creative Space, Deb's The Creative Book Shack, Cindy at Scrap Brat, Tammy van Antwerp, Didi from Didi Studio 72, Maggie Journaling with Maggie, Tammy from the Mystic Creative Cottage, and to my 2 South African friends Hazel and Wendy. Wendy and I have actually organized a coffee date, and so have Hazel and myself. So this week I'll be meeting Wendy and I'm very excited about meeting her. And then the following week Hazel and I are going to go and celebrate our Triple F 2026 collaboration that we hosted in February. So very exciting times ahead. Anyways, on with the journal. So I've completed the main part of the Flippy Floppy. I went ahead and covered all of those panels. I've sewed around the panels. As you know, this cover is magnetized, just that front piece. Yeah, so let me do a quick flip through of that with you. There, like that, and that flips up. And then I added in some little extra signatures, I guess. So just some scrapbooking paper that I think I still want to maybe stencil a little bit on there, and then just 2 little pages of tea dyed paper. Then this one flips out like this, like that, right? And then another one of those little signatures with some scrapbook paper and some tea dyed papers. Then this one goes like this and it flips open like this, and then another little signature, scrapbook and tea dyed paper, just 2 pages, keeping it simple. This one opens like that, and then the centerpiece is another little insert. I don't know, what do you want to call these things? Mini journals on the inside, mini signature. There we go, that page, and then this one flips out like that and like that. So there we go, and the other side. And then this one down like that and up like that, and flip that over. Other side of that signature, this one like this and that one like that, and the other side of the signature, and then back to the back cover, and that's what the back looks like. And that's going to snap closed, and I'm going to sew that into the cover. I do want to do a bit of decorating because the magnets are obviously starting to show through and it looks a bit mucky. So yeah, yeah, maybe a few little pockets, I don't know, tuck spots. We'll see what I get with that. So what am I left with out of all of this stuff is all of this. So these are my scraps that I have now produced for myself. Right, because you know you can't do a project without producing some little scraps. So there are my scraps. So we'll see what we can do. I'm sure I can incorporate these into little pockets and things as well. So I think that's where my brain is going. One little scrap that I did keep is this one as well. That one I am going to, oh there's more. I'm going to actually line this in here, so you don't see that brown paper bag, but in fact you'll see that. So there we go. And then I had these 2 nice longer pieces left, so I thought I would line the inside and the outside with those 2. I obviously still need to cut them down and everything, so there you have it. So there we go. So the cover, I have been contemplating high and low about how to do the closure. I think it was Debbie Reed who said to me use the elastic, but that's going to become a bit of a problem for actually flipping it over the handles. And I did think about, okay, let's remove the handles, let's put the handles in the back here, and I was like, you know what, this is turning out to be too much of a mission. So thank you for your suggestion, Debs, but I am going to go with the ribbons. So, oh my gosh, not that one. I'm going, oh sorry, I bumped you now. I'm going to go with these ribbons as a closure. I'm going to actually sew them into the back here as well to secure them, and then I'm going to be able to pull them through, and I'm going to put this brad over here as the closure so you can wind the ribbon through there. So that's kind of where I'm going. So the cover, oh geez, I've done a bit of prep work in the background because I've been thinking what can I do and blah blah blah. So basically this is kind of where I'm going. So I took a bit of packaging paper and distressed it a bit. I'm going to try and get this as close as I can to the edge. I'm thinking even about putting extra lace on the seam once I've sewed in the signatures. So maybe something like this. Oh, there goes the dog. Sorry guys, I forgot my microphone again. I only remember when the dogs start barking. I've got some of this bandage which I have tea dyed, so I'm thinking about putting this down. You've got to kind of just go with me with this one for now, because obviously it needs to all come together. So like that. Then I thought about making this into a bit of a shaker card situation. So this needs to come over quite a bit. Right, there we go. That I'm going to take you along with me to make all of these bits and bobs. And then I got some of this black lace, and I thought about putting the black lace across there like that underneath here. Right, and then we're going to put that in there like that. That's why this has to come over quite a bit. And then I went through my stamped Scrabble pieces, and I've chosen out my letters that I need. C, L, U, claw, claw. I'm missing an A, Claudia. I've got to double check that now. Now I'm not convinced about my own spelling here, but yeah. So I want to kind of put that on the cover as well underneath this acetate piece. Claudia, spell out her name. Claudia. So that's kind of where I'm going with it. You know, we'll work on this as we go. So I think the first thing that I might need to do is let's get maybe this lace stuck down, because I have to put the brad through there. So yeah, I think that's a very good place to start. I want it to come off the edge a little bit. I did also think about sewing the lace all the way around, all the way in here, and it's just like, you know what, this was meant to be one of those simple projects which is turning out to be not so simple. So going back to just keeping it simple and just decorating it like this. So let's put down some glue. I am going to come up to the edge here. I think that will be good. Let's just fold this in a little bit with some extra glue. Right, let's get that sticking down. I think there might be a, yes, there is a right and a wrong way of this lace. So I can see, because this side has got quite a few little lines on it and this side doesn't, so that kind of makes sense to me. So I'm going to stick this down here like this. Oh, try and get it straight. A little bit of an overhang, which is fine, which I want. There we go. Alright, so that's now done. I'm happy with that. Let's take out these little bitsies everywhere. I'm going to aim for the center of this bag, and if I remember, it was 21. 21. So we want it about here. I'm going to try and make myself a little mark there with my pencil. Pokey tool. Grab my pokey tool. I need it to go in quite a bit, right? So it's actually holding in there nicely. This has become a bit tricky, but it's okay. Just measure again. You know, one of those measure twice, poke once situation. I only want to poke through the first layer. It looks a bit narrow. I'm going to go down a little bit. I just want to make sure that it's embedded in there quite nicely. So pokey tool. Let's get this brad in there. So now I was also thinking, do I put the brad this way or this way? So I'm going to keep it this way, just because the legs spread out this way. So I'm going to keep it this way, even though I think it would look better that way, but it's not very practical for me to do that. So let's, these are quite fiddly little brads. So let's see if I can grab it all and poke it through that hole. Oh, I've lost it. Going through the lace, I've kind of lost that hole a little bit. Let's see if I turn it this way, maybe I can feel for it. It's going to have to poke really through that lace. Okay, let me poke it again. Where's the hole? There is the hole. That lace is kind of like closed up on itself, so it's a little bit tricky, but it's okay. We will persevere and get this little brad handle in there. There we go. Let's go through, and then I know you can't really see what I'm doing, but obviously I'm just going to spread those legs open like this to secure it in place. There we go. There we go. Right, so there's the first part of my closure done and dusted. I'm happy. That's good. It's nice and stable in there. I am going to cover that with probably a bit of masking tape. Masking tape, washi tape. No, the washi tape. Masking tape would be better, but to keep it cohesive with the rest of the journal, I'm going to use a bit of this plaid washi tape again. Let's choose this one. If I can find the edge now. Oh my goodness. Can't find the end. Here it is. I think I have it. There we go. I'm going to guess. Just cut off a nice long strip. Let's go there-ish. Put those back where they belong. I think I definitely want some extra glue on there. So let's... Oh my goodness, this has become very fiddly. Okay. First things first, I want to glue that down. Make sure that that doesn't go anywhere. And then we'll just extend the glue line. My glue back. Piece of washi tape is probably far too long, but it doesn't matter. I can also just double secure in these little handles then. Oh my gosh, I can barely see what I'm doing here. Okay, let's get that in there. Right, let's work that down and in and around and all those good things. Right, there we go. Done and dusted. I'm happy with that. Let me close my glue off again. Oh, look at this. You see, it just squirts out everywhere when you don't put the lid back on very nicely. And then it gets a bit clogged. But anyways, we'll just put that aside. Right. Now in this back little section here. So I want to think about my ribbons and which order I want them to go in. I'm kind of guessing for the middle. I'm just going to hold it down with some sticky tape for now. Let me see. Okay. I know it's way too long now, but obviously I will cut that down. Okay, it looks about center-ish. Then I think I want to go with this peachy one. Peachy one on top. Just grabbing a bit more sticky tape. And then the goldy yellow one. Let's do that. Right, I'm happy with that in place. Okay, right, now I want to stick this piece of leftover brown paper that I had in there. That will work. I'm going to glue the one side first and then do the other side. Now it doesn't want to come out. Typical. And then I'm going to give it a bit of extra glue in the middle here, also just to secure down those ribbons. We definitely need the extra securing of the ribbons. There we go. And I'm just pushing it nicely into place. There we go. And then I can just put some glue on this section and get that all glued in. I'm also going to just secure this down. Just give it a bit of extra glue there. And let's go ahead and glue this into place. Don't want that going anyway, so let's just close this glue up and snap that closed. Give it a bit of a push down. Very nice. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. Right, sewing. Let's get rid of those bits of glue. I really do kind of want to sew it. I'm just thinking, thinking. Alright, I think I know how I'm going to do that. Alright, let's lug up the sewing machine. I haven't seen the sewing machine in a while, so here we go. Here's my sewing machine. I know it's a little bit awkward here, but I'm sure you will bear with me. I've got it set on a zigzag stitch. I stitched all of those pages with the zigzag. Oh my gosh, my Claudia's going everywhere. We don't want to lose those. Come on, there we go. I think I've already lost a few. Oops, I'll have to just keep an eye out for those. Okay, so I'm going to sew here. See how that goes with the zigzag stitch. I'm going to sew it on the edge here. And a bit of a back stitch. Okay, cool. I'm trying to also hold the ribbons. I know you can't see that. one edge done. Scissors or somewhere. Let's get that out. Give it a snip over there. Right. I'm just trimming off the excess threads because you can't see me. That's what I'm doing. Right, that looks quite cool. Right. Oh, just get the ribbon out the way. Now I'm going to sew down this edge as well. It's really thick. I'm just going to go slowly. I think I've run out of bottom cotton. No, not yet. I am expecting that bottom cotton to run out, so hopefully I have just enough. No, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to have to just respool my bobbin, and then I want to close up those sides. So yeah, let me put you on pause while I do that. Okay, that's sorted. Alright, so now I'm going to close these up. So let me get that done and dusted. I think it's going to be incredibly thick up the sides here, but let's just go slowly and make sure it does its job. Bit of a back stitch. Okay, whew, my nerves. Okay, that's done its thing, and let's just close up the other side. I'm going from the crease, the natural crease in the packet. There we go. Whew. Okay. Right, thank you, sewing machine. You did a good job. Had a few issues, but it's okay. When I was sewing the signatures of the panels, I had a couple of skipped stitches and my thread broke about 3 times, but it's all okay. All's well that ended well, so that's a good thing. Right, just cutting off these little bitsies. Cool, so there we go. Now I could have sewn that as well, but like I said, it's okay. So I know now my ribbons are not going anywhere. They're nicely tucked in there. Could have egged the edges of these papers, but that's okay. So there's like a tiny little secret little pocket in the back there for something. There you go. Alright, so obviously I'll cut these ribbons down to length when I'm happy, so we can just kind of thread them through here, you know, and that can be the closure. There we go, something like that. So I'm quite happy. That looks good. Right, another part of this journal is done. Okay, I see some problems happening here with the handles. However, can you see the washi tape's lifted? So am I going to leave the washi tape on? Try and work it in a little bit. I'm just going to cut that washi tape. I don't know, something to think about while I'm busy. Alright, so there we go. So there is our closure mostly done. Now I want to work on this cover. So like I said, I was thinking about maybe making this into a little bit of a shaker card, which I think could be quite fun. Not that it will be removable, but you'll be able to shake the journal up and down. Fun, fun, fun. Alright, so I need to make a frame for it. So I've cut out a piece of yellow cardboard, the exact same size as that, because of the yellowness in the sunflowers and everything. So what I want to first do is I want to stamp a bit of faux writing. So I'm just grabbing an acrylic block and one of my stamps. I pre-decided on a stamp already. Some black ink. After reviving this one, I think it's now at its end. I must be honest. That one's really battling. So I'm just going to randomly kind of stamp on the edges here like that. Let me get up my other ink pad. Let's see if this one's working a bit better. Oh, no fighting with it today. Thank goodness. Alright, and just trying to think which way this stamp kind of goes. Alright, I'm just trying to get the edges in. That's all. Just a bit of interest. Let's go a little bit softer with this one now, because the initial stamping was quite dark. Let's do this one this way and get a bit of this in there, and I need the last little bitsy up there. My goodness, okay, let's take this off and then do like a manual type thing going up here. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Yes, I want to clean my stamp off straight away because it's just what I do. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that about me. I can't leave it. It's very an OCD thing for me. Nice clean stamp, yay, nice clean acrylic block. And just get those things out of the way for a second. That one goes over there. Alright, so here's my little frame. So, well, what will be a frame very shortly. I think I'm going to use this ruler. I was thinking about doing like a centimeter border. I think that will be good. So I'm going to mark myself a centimeter off here and a centimeter off here, and this side too, 1 centimeter, and cut this very straight, but it's okay, and a centimeter here. Connect the lines. I should have actually done this on the opposite side, but it's okay. Connect the lines. Connect the lines. Right, and now I'm going to measure off a centimeter on each of these. A centimeter off there. Oh, that's a bit skew. And centimeter off there. And down here at the bottom. Okay, let's just make that. Oh, I can't quite see it now. There we go. I think that's it. Can always erase these afterwards, which I think I will probably do. There to there. There to there. Okay, right. Then I'm going to take my little cutter and I'm going to cut them out. Measure twice, cut once thing, I guess. Right. Cool, cool, we are getting somewhere. And the side. I was going to go through all my dies and see if I had a rectangle which was big enough, and I was like, you know what, it's such a mission to get it out, then it will be easier just to make my own frame. So there we go. Frame done and dusted. Keep this for another project. I have a storage for that, so that will go back into storage. I'm not too happy with how it came out over here, so I know that I'm never going to get this lined up perfectly again, but let's just give it a little bit more. Wrong one. What I did, I just left that on the side like that. That's so unlike me. Okay, let's just give it a bit of a patch here, and I'm going to try and line it up again, but I don't know if I'll get that 100% right. Let's see. Hey, it's not bad, not too bad. Right, let's give that a clean off again. Stamp away. Give that a clean. Right, I really want to round corners, so I'm going to round corners on my frame as well as my piece of project that I'm working on. So let's stick that in there. See if it'll go in there. Okay, that's great. Ah, sounds like hubby's up from his nap. Okay, and there we go. Right, then I need to round these corners as well so they match, matchy. Right. So I kind of know that we won't really see the edges of this, but I am going to ink them nonetheless. This one's up. And I know that they're inked, so I'm happy with that. Right, let's ink this up as well. Oops, that was like super grungy, but that's okay. And then I just want to try and grab the inside of that. So let me see if I can pull out my finger doggers here. Might be a bit of a mission. No, not too much. Right, so I have a brown one and I have a white one already done. So let's now make a black one. That's nice and juicy. Right. Bend the corner so you can get in the corner quite nicely. These little finger daubers are wonderful for like inside of frames and stuff, you know. So I'm quite happy that I actually got a set. Very handy, very, very handy indeed. And yes, of course, mine are purple. And we're almost done. Oops. There we go, that looks great. Quite happy with that. And let's put this one back in here. Oh my goodness. And I've dropped it on the floor. Oh, let me grab that. Oh my goodness, it's gone for a roll. I actually lost one of my washi tapes by that happening. One of my plaid ones went for a roll and I can't seem to place it. Anyway, there we go. That's done. Okay, so there we go. There is my frame. That's looking really, really great. I want to kind of line it up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take my pencil And I am going to just make a little bit of a pencil mark here. Oof. Kind of. It's not very accurate, but it's accurate enough because I want to put down my Claudia. Let's just see if I've lost any of the letters. Oh, hey, I think I've lost the C. No, I haven't. So I drew that so I know where to put my letters. U, D. I'm missing a letter. C-L. C-L. Oh my goodness. Where's the spelling gone? It's gone out the window now. C-L. A. U. D. I. A. Claudia. Not too sure how I want to play around with these letters, but just trying to have a bit of fun with them. Claudia. I don't know if I want them all straight or if I want them all wiggly. I'm not too sure yet. Anyways, I won't know until we try. So definitely that U I want down there. So let me start with sticking down the U. I'm going to leave a little gap on the side just in case I want to stick the D over it. So guessing for the middle of this, somewhere there. Okay. What happens if we put these two like this? That could be quite fun. Right. Glue. Glue for you, glue for me. Yep. Let's put the D down. Oh my gosh, I'm second guessing myself again with the spelling. I never proclaimed to be a good speller, must be honest. And if I've messed it up, oh well, I'll just do it again. Let's put this one like this. Let's make it a little bit fun. Yeah, and I've just made it inside of those little lines that I drew for myself. It's fun. Right. That's fun, right? That's fun. I was thinking about maybe making the little bees wings shiny. So let me go check if I've got some clear embossing powder and let's see what we can do. You know, I actually do. So I've got clear sparkle and I've got clear. So I'm thinking I think I want to do the body in clear and then the wings in clear sparkle. So I'm going to find my very old embossing pen, which is not in its happiest days. Oh, and we need some extra paper down here. So let's put this down here. Let's do the wings first. So I'm going to just kind of outline them a little bit. I've got no clue what I'm really doing. I think let's just color them all in. Why not? Clear sparkle for the wings, right? I did say that. I think that's what I said. Okay. I think that's going to look very cool. Right, let's do this wing. I'm doing one wing at a time because this is such an old pen. I'm worried that it's going to dry out very quickly, but I don't know. So better safe than sorry, I guess. Okay. Let's put that back in there. And let's do these wings. Let me see if I can do both of them and hope for the best. I think that should be good. Give those a dusting. Right. I think I'm going to do the body now. Let me do the wings and then I shall be back with you shortly. Wow, that is so cool. I'm not actually thinking maybe I should do the whole body in that. But no. I think, what am I going to do? I'm going to do all the black pieces first. Let's try and get these little black pieces in. And I'm going to do them in clear. So much fun to be able to play with these again. I love my embossing powders. I don't use them as often as I should. Okay. Then here. And here. Trying to work quickly. Okay. Oh, I think he's going to look beautiful. All right, let me quickly dry this. I'm not going to switch off. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. Oh, wow. He's fantastic. Oh, my gosh. That's awesome. That is so cool. Can you see it? Oh, it's beautiful. All right, now the hard decision. Gosh, I wish you were here to tell me. You know what? I like the sparkle in the wings. So I'm going to leave it like that because I was going to maybe use the sparkle again on the yellow. Such a difficult decision. So let's just stick with the clear because the clear actually, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Let's try and work quickly. Right. Let's get that yellow embossed. Fun. So much fun. I've always wanted to try this, especially with the bees, because they just look so cute. Let's do this. Awesome. So awesome. So awesome. Yes. So happy with that. I hope we'll be able to see this underneath the acetate. Right. Oh, cool. Shiny bee. I like it. I like it a lot. So much fun. Okay, right. Now let's get this frame together. See how it's looking. Yeah, you can still kind of see the shine underneath there. That's cool. Should we maybe emboss Claudia's name? Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun with the embossing powders now. Let's just quickly do it, right? Let's see. I can use the tip of this. Oops, I went a bit wrong there. It's okay. And this one I'm definitely going to use the glitter, the clear glitter, clear sparkle, whatever it is. There we go. Fantastic. Oh yeah. I think that's going to look fabulous. I was thinking about maybe doing a bit of embossing in those sunflowers. That could also be quite fun. But I think I might be getting a bit carried away now. Let's keep the bee as the focal point. Yeah, super happy with that. Super happy. Yeah, so like I was saying, let's keep the bee as the focal point and not do those sunflowers, even though I'm very tempted to. All right, oh, it's dusty. Wet wipe. Just one, please. Thank you. Just one. Just want to give this a wipe down because it feels a bit gritty now. Very dirty. All right, let's screw the acetate onto the frame first of all. Didn't. There we go. Coming close to the edge, but not all the way to the edge. Just a bit extra on here. Glue pen. Right, let's get this acetate on there. It's a spare piece of acetate from when I was making my file folders. So that should just about fit on there. I know it's a little bit too narrow, but it doesn't matter. There we go. Acetate is down. Fantastic. Right, let's trim off the excess. While I'm doing this, I'm actually just thinking to myself, I'm sure I had some yellow seed beads somewhere. See a bit of muck on the inside of that, so I want to clean that down too. I think I've got an alcohol marker somewhere. Alcohol marker, I mean alcohol swab. I don't really, so this doesn't mess up. Let's try some of this. Hope for the best. Hope it doesn't melt the plastic. I don't think it would, but it's just in case. Okay, so let's give this a wipe. Turn it over. Oh, it's showing up some scratches there. Oh, my fingerprints. Oh my gosh, I'm messing this up. Right, that should do. I think that will be fine. Right. Now I know somewhere I have those seed beads. I've got little containers somewhere. But somewhere right now. So, I don't know. But some silver and black ones as well. Right. I want this to dry off. It should be fine. I'm going to get my double-sided tape. Right. Let's get this prepped and ready. It's a little bit wide, but we'll make it work. It just has to work. Oh, it's very sticky. This stuff is so super sticky. But I suppose that's what we kind of want, right? Cutting it off at an angle. There. Just try and cut it straight again. Oof. It is so sticky, this stuff. Okay. I do have a thinner one, but it's too thin. So this might be sticking through the frame ever so slightly, but we'll make it work. Oh my gosh. Sticking to everything. Whew. I don't know why this is so nerve-wracking for me. I have to clean off my scissors again, that's for sure. I'm trying to make sure that there's no gaps. Oh. Once the stuff goes down, it goes down, boy. There's no picking it up after that. Just cut it off at this angle. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Icky, sticky. Right, and in here. Oh, I forgot to erase off those pencil marks, but I don't think it matters. I think I can get away with it. Come on. There we go. Right. Let's see what we got to fill up our little shaker. Let me go and check for those other seed beads that I have. Right, I found a whole bunch of things. So this is kind of what I call seed beads. I don't know if that's really what they're called, but I'm going with that. These were the ones that I was envisioning earlier on. So I think I'm going to put the pink and the blue away and just put a couple of these in here. I hope they are not going to cause too much havoc. And some orange ones. Just a couple of these ones. And the yellow ones. we go. And then I have these bracelets that my other friend Morsie gave me, and every now and then I dig into them and just pull a couple of these things off. I just thought these colors are quite nice and appropriate. So let's just unwind this thing, and if it doesn't want to cooperate, we just cut it. Oh my goodness. Teary. Oops, that went flying. Let's just shove a couple of those on there. A few more. Let's go for it. Oh, falling all over the place. Should be good. And then all I do is I twist this back up again to make sure that they don't come out. Until next time. Okay, that should be good. Let's do a few of these. These look very funky. Back. Sorry if this video is getting a bit long, so I might just stop filming after this, after we've made this cover piece, and then I will carry on with the part 4. I'll film back to back for you guys. So you can watch it in another part instead. Okay, there we go. I think that's pretty cool. These are also very pretty. So pretty. Let's add a few of those in there too. Why don't we? Yeah, so to me, all of these sort of beads are seed beads because they are so teeny tiny. Okay. Let's just grab a whole bunch of those. Okay, that should be good. Got lots of seedy beadies in there. Let me cut this one shorter. Hopefully it doesn't go flying. Oh, out you go. I can see where that other piece flung off to. So, yeah. Okay. That should do. Goes away. Let's try and pick up. Here it is. The piece which shot off just now. That's looking cool. Let's give a few of these. Too many. I think that should do. And some of these. That's plenty. Right, and some of these. All sorts of fun shapes in these packets. Wow, that's a lot of goodies. I think I might have too many, but anyways, it doesn't matter. I think I might have way too many. It's going to fill the whole shaker card now. Just spreading them out. Maybe we should take a few of these bigger pieces out. There's way too many big shelly pieces. Let's take out the big shells. Leave a few, but I don't think we need that many. And some of these bigger flowers. Oh, come on now, go over. move those back up. Oh, there's a smiley face. Smiley face can go back in there. And teeny tiny flowers can go back in there. I like the teeny tiny ones. I just feel these big ones are just too big. And also, if they don't land the right way, and they don't want to turn around and then they're the wrong way, which can also be a bit frustrating at the best of times. Sorry guys, it's a bit long, but anyways. Let's just pick up some of these bigger ones again. Green one's quite cute. There we go. And just trying to put these flower ones the right way, so when we close it, they close in the right way. Wow, that's a lot of goodies in here, right? That one's the wrong way. Turn it around. I think that looks good. I would like to put some extra mica flakes in here. Let's just pull that one out and those two out, because I think it's just way too many. Okay, I think I'm quite happy with that. Let's try and get these back in here now. Fun. And then I've just got to go to the lounge and go look for some of my pretty mica flakes. Go dig those out, because all my resin stuff is in the lounge. Oh, I don't want that in there. Right, bear with me. Right, wow, this is going to be very full. It's okay. It's fun. Let's put a sprinkling of that in there. I love the stuff. It excites me. Right, spread that out a little bit. And now, my nerves, to put on the backing. So, let's peel some of this back. Oh, please don't fight with me, just cooperate. There we go. Pull that back a little bit. Just a little bit, and this one this way. Right, now we're going to do our best to line this all up as best as we can. Oh, here's hoping. Okay, here's hoping I've done a good job. Right, let's pull these back. Oh, my nerves. That is super full. Oh well. Oops. Too many goodies in there. I suppose I could try and get some of them out, because either you're going to see the bee, or you really have to dig to see the Claudia, right? Either which way, that was fun. I think I might have to try and pry it open a little bit and just pull a little bit of that out of there. Let's see how that goes. But anyways, that's for another video. For now, I'm pretty happy with that. Besides how really full it is. I got a bit carried away, I won't lie. But that was fun. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care. God bless. See you again next time. Bye for now.
Another page is finished, another story told. We took the bits of yesterday and turned them into gold. Thanks for stopping by to see what I've designed at Candy's Crafty Creations with your heart in mind.
Hey YouTube, see you next time.